Welcome back. In this video, we'll discuss water export proposal. Build a water terminal. So first things first, we would have to build a terminal. Whether it's one like this, where it's touching the seafloor, or it's a floating terminal like what we have at Jimit for the Petrocaribe gas terminal, is really up to the person or company taking on this project. But it would have to be ships big like this because smaller ships wouldn't really make sense. Big ships that cannot dock in the Woodbridge port would be what this would be for. Pipeline to the boat, above or below what sea level, it really doesn't matter. Honestly, it would really depend on again on the person or company taking the lead in this project. Price per gallon. So the drinkable price, I think, should be about $5. It could be less. I don't have a problem with that. And the undrinkable should be about $2 per gallon for washing, cooking, irrigation. If you choose to drink the undrinkable, then it's you. But yeah. Why so cheap? Well, it will be for everybody. Everywhere that has like a water shortage, that would be for everybody. So like, for irrigation and stuff, it's just $2. You just full a ship, you send it to wherever in the world. If it's for drinking, then you'd have to send it to countries that they can't drink the tap water, like in America. When they have the lead pipes and stuff, and in Africa where there's not much water to begin with. Although I find some people might tell the government to buy the undrinkable and then they'll just drink it. I mean, it's not like they'll get sick or anything, but I don't advise drinking the undrinkable. So, tap into existing infrastructure at 10%, not from Antrim. So we already have pipes laid out around the island, and we have pipes that have excess capacity. So strong that it bursts people pipe and stuff. So we can tap into those pipes. There are many pipes built by residents that come from like what we call SUS. Like up towards Petit Savan. There's actually a SUS on the left side of the river into the community. We could tap into that, and there are other sources around the island. Or we could just tap into rivers like Bells River, Lai River, the Indian River, even the Rosary River. But again, not Antrim, because a lot of communities connected to Antrim that don't get water or enough water, like Warner. The people of Warner always complain about water, so I don't advise tapping into Antrim. That's just me though. Whether we should use a contracted ship or buy a ship, or let the buyer, the country that's buying from us, use a contracted ship, or they bring their own ship or whatever, is really up to them. Trying to keep this as flexible as possible. Again, it's just a proposal. If anybody is interested in it, I advise go right ahead. I don't know how the government will feel about the permits and stuff, and I don't think there's a regulatory body for that. There's one for telecoms with the NTRC, and the one for Domlec, which is the IRC. Well, not like Poland, not really Domlec, which is the IRC, but for water, I am not really sure. Day and night operations, yes, I believe it should be day and night. So if a ship comes in the daytime, it should be able to full all night long and then leave the next day. If it comes at night, nobody might not be working, so might not be feasible. But if it wants to come in the daytime, let them full into the night. If it's some more capacity, you fill into the day, and then next day they go. Like I said, I have multiple ports, multiple terminals on the west coast. If they're like super tankers, it could be on the east coast as well, where big waves don't really trouble them. Yeah. Contractors for maintenance. You could contract Doasco guys on their personal vibes, or Doasco contractors on their personal vibes as well, to just keep the infrastructure up and running. Any pipe bursts, they can just repair it or whatever. You mainly just tap into the existing infrastructure like right here, and then you just pipe it all the way to the ship. Again, you can put a hose, on the surface, like what they're doing in Kingsfield for the gas boat, and also what they're doing in Jimmy as well. All right, so that's all for now. Till next time.